amazing car spotter VarryX on YouTube has just spotted what may well be Ferrari's next hypercar. That's right, Ferrari's next LaFerrari replacement is in development, and it is set to follow their lineage of the 288 GTO, F40, F50, Enzo and LaFerrari as their flagship mid-engined V12 Halo car for an entire generation. You're watching on Anorak, and let's look at the first shots of Ferrari's new hypercar. Right off the bat, we can tell that this isn't likely to be a subtle car, and it certainly doesn't appear to have the same sort of elegance in design as the LaFerrari of years gone by. The main thing, of course, is that wing, which coupled with those rather angular body lines would lead you to believe that they've gone for a more McLaren Senna balls to the walls hypercar approach than they ever have before. This is worrying to me as someone that loves the clean look of the LaFerrari, but perhaps there's more to this prototype than meets the eye. Firstly, that spoiler does look rather crude. It's not the sort of style you would come to expect from something like a Ferrari, and the last prancing horse from Maranello I remember with a wing like this was the Enzo Monza prototype, which, it was a prototype. Also, another theory is that this could be to distract from the rest of the car's body lines, which are much more on theme with the rest of Ferrari's hypercars. Adding upon this, the original LaFerrari prototypes weren't exactly what you'd call refined. This leads me to believe that the new LaFerrari replacement will be no different, and there is a completely different car hidden under that bodywork, and potentially there will be no wing on the car. All that you could really induce about the final car's design from the initial prototypes of the LaFerrari was sort of like the roof line, but who knows? Maybe because Ferrari are entering Le Mans, this is a street-inspired version. Again, we are at the early stages here, so there are a million different ways this car could go, and I'm just spreading out different theories. Front wings in front of the car's front wheels are very LMP style, which is the main reason why I say this about it maybe being like a Le Mans road car spin-off, but this is exactly what Ferrari wanted. They're tricking us with all of these various different design cues, and yeah, they've clearly outsmarted us here. The only cues I'm not being tricked on are the front lights, which are from a 296. I believe the LaFerrari prototype had Ferrari FF front lights, and just like that car, we've got some parts borrowing here. I do suspect, however, that the rear lights won't be too different from the SF90 lights pictured here. This car has a lot of potential to be extremely beautiful. The mirror placement is signature Ferrari Enzo, and the vents beside the doors are giving me P45 by Pininfarina vibes. What's more, the rear end has some similar lines to the LaFerrari, especially on that rear deck, and this leads me to wonder if they are simply using the LaFerrari platform for this, because let's face it, just like the Aventador replacement, this car's days are numbered. We do not truly know how long they will be allowed to produce it, even though it will still run a hybrid V12 unit. The new codename F80 hypercar is likely to have a 6.5 litre V12, the 812's power plant, and I reckon you can expect to see around 1100 horsepower, courtesy of that unit coupled with around 300 horsepower from electric motors. Prices will almost undoubtedly exceed $2 million, and Whistling Diesel, yeah, I suspect he isn't on Ferrari's list to be getting one of these. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments section below, what do you think this car will be? Do you think it will look similar to this prototype with this sort of McLaren Senna vibes? Do you think it's going to be LMP style? Or do you think that it's actually going to have more clean lines like the original LaFerrari? That's what I'm hoping for. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.